Oh, that was some sweetness out there, people. Some serious sugar. Oh, man. That was something else tonight. That was, again, another game showing us exactly why this trade was made. Both trades, including McCall. Right now, welcome into the Knicks-Verse, everybody. If this is your first time here, or you've been here before but haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Now is the time, because this team is, honestly, it has unlimited potential. That's how I feel about it. And it's going to be a crazy, exciting season this year. We're going to see a run. I mean, New York, we've been waiting for something like this for a very, very long time. Now, we got rewarded on the baseball end and the WNBA end. Now, it looks like it's going to happen in the NBA. This team is a bona fide serious contender. I have some shocking stats to show you guys about the efficiency, how lethal the offense is on this team. And I got highlights. We're going to break it all down. The New York Knicks went to Detroit on the second game of a 4-game road trip and just, annihilated the Pistons on their home court in Detroit, 128-98. And, it was a plus 30 final score. I mean, it could have been worse, obviously, if they kept the starters in. Thibs did leave them in for quite a long time. It was about the 5-minute mark in the fourth quarter when he finally emptied the bench, which is typical Thibs. He doesn't take anything for granted anymore, especially not in the modern NBA. He has suffered, and we have suffered, way too many uncomfortable fourth quarters with this team. But this starting unit is just beyond all else. It is. I know people can talk about Boston, they can talk about Cleveland right now and everything, and I get it. But they ran it back. This team has 40% of new players in the starting unit, and they're just starting to click. And look at them, 30-point win. Now, the Pistons are the worst team in the East. But I've watched a couple of their games already this season. They're a competitive team. They're a hungry team. They're young. They just don't really know actually how to win. They beat up the Sixers. Yes, they didn't have Embiid and Paul George, but they had Maxey. They had the rest of the squad. They're supposed to be a contending squad. They beat them up for their one win so far this season. But this was just something else. This game was never in question from the very beginning. The Knicks were never behind. They led the entire game. My name is George. Please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Drop your comments and share this video. Sharing is very important. And dropping your comments is very, very important. I love to hear your thoughts and feelings about all of this. You guys are my collaborators, so please collaborate. Let's go it. Let's get going. Here we go. 128-98. Ow! Look at this. Alan Hahn's tweet. Stocks report. Last 3 games. Mikal Bridges, 7 steals and 4 blocks. And honestly, I think he got 4 blocks in this game alone. I don't know who is judging these things, but he definitely had at least 4 blocks in this game alone. But either way, OG Anunoby, 6 steals and 1 block. The New York Knicks had 16 steals tonight. 16. One of my predictions for this season was that the New York Knicks is going to lead the NBA in steals. They're down right now. They're in the middle of the pack, but just watch how they are going to rise once they start, and it's starting to happen right now. They're definitely going to at least compete for top team in steals this year. Blocks, that's another story, but man, Mikal Bridges in that insane, freakish arm length, that wingspan that he has, and same with OG. This is like the wing special right here. These guys, they're going to completely suffocate the rest of the NBA as the time moves on. I don't believe that 2 better defensive wings have been on a team together in a very long time. And we are the lucky ones. We're so lucky that they're on our team. Let's keep going here. Look at this. There were all 5 starters in double figures again. I believe this is the 3rd time it's happened. And they had 31 assists, or maybe even more. But either way, another game with 30 assists or more. The Knicks are a team during the Tom Thibodeau era that struggled to get more than 20 assists. Now we're at 30. This is where we should be. It's indicative of the ball doesn't stick. And who loves that more than anybody? Me. I love when the ball doesn't stick. That's what made me insane about those other teams that we had. Even though we were winning, we got these wins out and everything, but the offense wasn't flowing. Now it flows. Everyone gets to eat. Double figures for the starters. It's beautiful. And this guy, he's going to end up averaging 30 points a game this season. We were like, oh no, he's going to have to, facilitate for others. No, he's not. He's one of the best. He's a fantastic three-point shooter. He's one of the best finishers in the NBA. And he's actually, honestly, he's missing some bunnies. He missed a couple of bunnies this game. Imagine what he probably would have been like, 17 for 22. Yeah, he missed at least 3 bunnies this game. Look at him. 14 of 22, 36 points, 6 of 8 from behind the arc, 5 dimes, 2 steals. Beautiful. Beautiful. Jalen Brunson. Ow. And then Cat follows up his incredible performance in Miami with another efficient in just 27 minutes. 21 points, 11 rebounds. This guy is an excellent rebounder. Plus the height helps him. This is an improvement over what we used to have. I'm talking about Randall. 7 assists. 3 threes, 2 steals, and a block. Again, I think he got cheated another block. Here's the next starter. Mikal Bridges, mauling in the Motor City. 15 points, 3 threes, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, a plus 31. Yes. Ow! And then OG Anunoby. Who started the whole thing off. I believe he scored 11 points in that first quarter. Got the Knicks off to an incredible start. He finished with 21 points, 3 threes, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. Only 2 steals they credited him for. I don't understand how they're doing these, they're making these judgment calls. But he definitely deserves more steals. But look at this. Look at that face. Look at that face. That is the face of a guy who is relentless. Relentless. And he has special, unique abilities, incredible wingspan, along with Mikal Bridges. I feel bad for the rest of the NBA. That first game on Tuesday, October 22nd, fooled everybody. Completely fucked with everybody's minds. They thought the Knicks were that. They're not that. They're this. They're what they did in Miami. And we're going to see it night in, night out. Every once in a while, we're going to have one of those hiccup games. But this is the team that we're going to keep seeing. And Josh Hart, the 5th starter. Detroit, 13 points, 9 rebounds for almost a double-double again. Almost another double-double. 4 assists, 2 steals. Every single Knick starter had at least 2 steals. Think about that. All right, we got stats here, but before we're going to get to that, and before we get to the highlights, I'm going to show you something else. All right, this is the offensive rating so far this season, including game 1. The New York Knicks have the number 3 offense in the NBA, according to NBA.com stats, advanced stats. A 121.6 offensive rating in the past 5 games. Then you're like, okay, that's great, George, but our defense, it's a concern. Really? All right. Right now, including that first game, we are 17th in defensive rating, a 113.3. Now, look, that's not going to get you. You need to be at least in the top 10 in both of these categories. I hear you. Boom. Net rating. They are number 5 in net rating, an 8.3. 8.3 so far this season. This is just showing you the caliber of team. This is the entire NBA. Look at the team. The two teams they lost to are the ones above them right now. The Cavaliers and the Celtics. But I say that game one was an outlier. What happens if you remove that game? Here we go. Without that game, the New York Knicks have the number 2 rated offense in the NBA at 122.0. And they have the number 4 rated defense in the NBA with a 105.9 rating. And the number 4 rated offense overall in net team in net rating with a 16.1. Look how much further ahead than the Celtics they are there. That's what happens if you remove game one. The Knicks leapfrog the Celtics. Now, the Cavs, shout out to them. They're right up there. 17.7 for them. Golden State Warriors they figured out something beautiful. Love what they're doing over there. OKC, right there, 17.1. Vegas has the Knicks as number 3 in most likeliest to contend for the NBA championship, and this is why. Number 1 is the Celtics. Number 2 is OKC, and number 3 is the New York Knicks. Will the Cavaliers stay at the pace they're at? We'll see. I don't think so. I think eventually people will figure out how to stop them. It's happened every year, figuring out how to stop a spider. And Darius, he is small. He goes through some droughts. Can Mobley and Jarrett continue where they're at? We'll see. Kenny Atkinson's phenomenal coach. He's got Johnny Bryant over there now. They could keep it going, but once we get Mitch Robinson back on this team and Precious Achiuwa on this team and Landry Shamet on this team, they have no chance. They have no chance against this squad. It's really going to come down to the Celtics and OKC. They're going to be the only 2 teams that can keep the Knicks from a parade, from holding that trophy. That's what's going to happen. And here is the proof right here. Now, it's only 5 games. I get it. But if you can freak out after 1 game, if you can freak out after 3 games, you can get happy after 5 games. This is beautiful right here. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Let's get to the highlights. Here we go. The New York Knicks, again, this was a modest little 4-point lead here, but look how easy. The Pistons just don't know how to play defense. They don't. Obviously, they don't. But they do compete. That's one thing. They definitely are trying to figure out how to win. I think they're going to pick up some wins that play right there was beautiful. They're going to pick up some wins as the years go, as the season wears on, that are going to be surprising. They're going to have wins like that. I feel that coming from them. It's just going to take some time for them to figure it out. Look at Cat. Just lets it fly. Cat, before tonight's game, was leading the NBA in 3-point shooting at a 71.2% clip. That's right. He was shooting 71.2%. I wonder if he still is up there. Let me find this info over here while we're watching these. Not sure yet. But this game got, look at this. Beautiful. The Knicks built a beautiful, right here. There's a nice 21-point lead in that first quarter. Brunson, just pull-ups. Oh, stop and pop. Got Cam in there. Look at Cat, man. There was a nice little physicality between Cat and Isaiah Stewart for a while there. But, he's only 6'8", so, he can only do so much against Cat. It's interesting because I was kind of on the same page with a lot of people who thought that Cat was soft, but you can see right there. There's the physicality right there. He's obviously not soft. I've watched 5 games already. He's definitely not a soft player in any way, shape, or form. So maybe he's I think partly what's happening is he's right now coming into the absolute physical prime of his life, and everything's just starting to click. The pandemic also was just a horrific time for him. He lost a lot of really important family members. It takes a while for people to have things just come together in the right way where they can put their best effort forward every single night. And I think it feels like could be happening this season for him. Look at that beautiful Jalen Brunson. The Knicks were just announced. They were up by 32 already. They ended up they were up by 32. I think the biggest lead was 33 at one point. the Pistons were able to whittle it down to get it to about like in the 20s, maybe even 18 deficit. But then, the Knicks just look at this, just whipping passes around. And Jay Brunson, fantastic night, 6 of 8 from the 3-point line. We needed. I'm so happy he finally recaptured his 3-point shot because honestly, he was phenomenal last season, and we're gonna need that every single night from now on. He knows it. Cade Cunningham is a tough cover for Brunson. His size is just tremendous. He's 6'8", 6'7", it depends on where you look. 6'7" to 6'8", but he's got big wide shoulders. He's just really strong. He's tough for point guard to deal with. There you go. You can see the Pistons here made a little bit of a run. Now it's down to 23-point lead. But look at that. Oh, beautiful. Brunson. I think Brunson, he's going to end up, if all continues developing the way I think it will, and the way these indicators are showing us, Brunson will have a legitimate argument for most valuable player for this season. Oh, nice. Look at that little hezzy. Look at that. Beautiful. I actually didn't, I knew he could do it. I didn't realize at the level that he could do those drives. I'm talking about Cat. I hope they start showing some of the turnovers. Sometimes highlights don't show those parts, and it's a bummer. There's Cat, another big bucket. Now we're in the third quarter here. Knicks are up by 23, and then suddenly 27 because Jalen Brunson can't miss. Oh, look at this play. Look at that wingspan from OG. Gorgeous. Those OG and Mikal, they're totally, look, another block. There's a block right there. I don't know if you got credit for that one, but that was a block. It ended up with a score from Detroit anyway, but still, there's a block. Some beautiful bounce passing tonight. Some great backdoor cuts. Clyde kept saying the back door is open. The back door is open. And it was. There's another one right there. It's not really a backdoor, but that pick and roll between JB and Cat is absolutely another level. There was a great stat tweeted out today by Mr. Tommy Beer. Let me see if I can pull that up. Where is that? Where is that stat? It was crazy. Gotta find it here. Third quarter. Oh, was that Timmy? Yeah. Timmy hit the bucket there. Where is that? I hate when I can't find certain stats. Oh, well. Anyway, point was that basically the Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns pick and roll is just lethal. The actual productivity is just off the charts. They're scoring at a 1.69, I think, pace every time they do an actual direct pick and roll. Yeah. Oh, I will say something, Deuce, and I brought it up in the last game. I am a little... Well, worried is the wrong word. I just would like to see him pick up his defensive intensity a little more. I get that the bench is thin right now, and Thibs is running basically an 8-man rotation. So maybe Deuce is, trying to preserve his fouls and not to get into foul trouble, so he's available. But even when I said it, didn't even feel right. But look at this. Look at this, Deucey! Deucey getting the tray. I love this. Look at that. Bounce pass. Another bounce pass. Beautiful recovery right here. Corner 3 for Mr. OG Anunoby. Fantastic. Fantastic. This was such a beautiful game to watch for us. OG Anunoby was 3 of 5 from the 3-point line. Karl Anthony Towns was 3 of 6. Mikal Bridges was 3 of 6. Jalen Brunson was 6 of 8. Fantastic. The team as a whole, as you can see it down there, shot 47. Actually, it was 47.4% from the 3-point line overall in the game. For the game itself, they shot 51.5%, which at this point they are the the number 2 shooting team in the NBA in field goal percentage behind the Cleveland Cavaliers. Knicks are shooting 50.3%. That is the level of efficiency that we're talking about now. That's field goal percentage. But from the three-point line, they are shooting a league best 41.7. Now they finally got their three-point attempts up. They are averaging 32.6, which is still low. If that gets up to 38 and 40 range, and it will. I just feel like it will. All right, we're back around. Let me show you this one highlight here that I love so much. Let me show you this. This is OG. Boom. Again, I just want to see that again. OG's incredible. Tom Piccolo tweeted this out. He's a walking 4-point swing. And this is exactly a beautiful example of that. Just gorgeous. Now, he doesn't get the stat. He got the steal, but he doesn't get the points. He doesn't get the total glory. But people who know basketball, coaches, they understand that this is just something magical right there that this guy can give you. And he does this, I think he does this at least one to 3 or 4 times a game. He does that. And then Mikal Bridges as well does it and can do it. But OG this season has just been otherworldly. And, you know, his stats, they don't shout that out. They don't. But there's no doubt that he has been on another level this season. In fact, I'm going to pull up his stats here. So I'm curious where he's at right now. OG Anunoby, he's averaging 35 minutes a game. He's averaging 13 points a game. The Knicks currently have 6 players in double figures, averaging 6 in double figures. He's shooting 47.2% overall. All right, nothing exciting there, but he's 2.5 assists, 1.6 steals per game. Beautiful number. And Josh Hart is 1.4, and Mikal Bridges is 1.6. Anything 1 and above is excellent. All right, let's get over here. Here we can look at the stats. As I said, all 5 starters in double figures. Mikal Bridges, 15 points for him, 21 for Anunoby, 21 for Towns, 36 for Jalen Brunson, 13 for Josh Hart, and Deuce McBride. Not that efficient a game for him, but he did put up some points, 10 points for him, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Look at all those guys got in the game. Pacom Dadier, you know, his one bucket he made was a nice little step in below the 3-point line. It was a long 2, but it just shows that this guy has natural offensive instincts. If he can develop his defensive game to at least be neutral, he could really be a special player. Because I think offensively, he's got all the tools. He's just young. We're going to see it. It just needs time. The plus minus is just a gorgeous. Look at that. Look how sexy that is for the starters. Plus 31, Mikal. Plus 23, OG. Plus 28, Carl. Plus 23, Brunson. Plus 24, Hart. And a plus 14 for Deuce, even though he did struggle in his efficiency today. Picked up 4 steals. 4 steals for Deuce McBride today. And all 5 starters had at least 2 steals. Mikal Bridges with 3. Again, the blocks, the Knicks aren't getting credited for blocks that I saw. I saw at least 3 additional blocks by Mikal Bridges in this game that he did not get credited for. The Pistons, Cade, 10 of 19, 2 of 4 from the 3-point line, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. The guy is obviously a special player. He just needs other special players to surround him. Jaden Ivey. You know, I'm wondering, was this year 3 or year 4 for Ivey? I think it's year 3. It's got to be the year he starts really developing it to something. We're going to see if he can do it. The team stats. The Pistons did end up shooting 50.6% overall. A lot of that was, in the paint. They got 50 points in the paint, but only shot 32.4% from the 3-point line. The Knicks put up 38 3-point attempts. That's beautiful. 38 to 40. It's the number we want to be at. 47.4% for them. Only went to the free throw line 10 times, and we missed, at least there were 3 free throws in the first half. We easily could have made this lead, could have been even bigger. The largest lead was 38 at one time. Knicks dominated the glass. They dominated the offensive boards, 12-6. Especially Karl Anthony Towns did an excellent job on crashing the offensive glass. And the steals was, look at that. Talk about another sexy. Both those assists and steals, 31-23, 16-6. Beautiful. The blocks, again, we got ripped off by the statistician or whoever decides these things. But look at how much we protected the ball in this game. Only 10 turnovers tonight. 10 is an outstanding number. 23 fast break points. Gorgeous. This is, the Pistons suck, but this is how you have to treat a team that sucks. So many times over the years, the Knicks I've had the much better team, and then they would still struggle. They didn't put out full max effort, or they had brain farts, or someone was pouting, was moody, didn't get back on defense, and then let the other team start getting momentum. And then suddenly a 20-point lead is down to 6, and now Thibs is sweating. Those days are gone. Those days are gone. With guys like Cat and Brunson, Bridges, Hart, and OG Anunoby, and Deuce on the bench, and the other guys that are still coming, Mitch, Precious, and Landry Shamet, or Matt Ryan, whichever one, however it ends up working out, they're going to lethal team. All right. Thank you so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. Please follow me on Twitter, subscribe here, share this video, drop your comments. Definitely appreciate that. I probably will be putting out another video or maybe go live this weekend before the next game. The next game is on Monday. I think we play the Rockets, I believe. But either, I can't remember exactly the team, but we play on Monday. So look out for announcements for a live stream. Hopefully I'll get a good guest on with me. Hey, if you guys are watching it and you're interested, you know who, hit me up. Let me know if you want to join me on this. And I will see you around the contending New York Knicks, Knicks-Verse. Let's go.